What's up, Eagles fans, and welcome to the All-22 review driven by AAA. I'm your host, Fran Duffy. The Eagles get into the win column for the first time here in the 2020 season. 25-20 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Much needed win for this Eagles football team. Ton of plays to break down on both sides of the ball. We're going to get right into it. Let's break down some of the top plays in this game. We're going to start on offense. What you're going to see is you're going to get San Francisco bringing pressure. Now, they knew that they were going to come in and try and bring heat on the Eagles, especially with Jordan Mailata at left tackle. Lane Johnson was in and out of the game early on, so they were going to try and throw a bunch of different looks at the defensive line. Here, you're going to see that Miles Sanders is in the backfield, and whether it was this linebacker here off the edge or this linebacker here stacked, one of those guys likely had Sanders in protection, but they are so worried about trying to attack Carson Wentz that they just kind of let Miles leak into the backfield. And before the snap, you could have seen Carson Wentz and Miles Sanders kind of talking that through. Hey, if these guys come downhill, I'm just going to throw this one out to you in the flat. We'll just let this roll. And you could see that Carson Wentz able to burn the blitz here from San Francisco, probably from something he saw earlier in the drive. And you get a 28-yard catch and run from Miles Sanders. Eagles get some big points, and it all starts on that play. So on that very next play, after the Sanders catch and run, you're going to see a touchdown run from Carson Wentz on an inside zone read, where you're going to get the offensive line all flowing to the right on zone blocking. You're going to get Boston Scott. He's going to carry out the run as if he's going to get this football. All Carson Wentz has to do is read this defensive end. If he stays outside, you hand the ball off to Scott. If he crashes in too far, attempting to tackle the running back, well, now you keep the ball and you get into the back. Now, what you'll see defenses do is typically if this guy is going to really overcommit, you want to scrape a second-level defender over the top to protect against the quarterback keeper. But here you can see not only is the defensive end aggressive, but the linebacker is nosy as well. So the only guy back to fill in the backside is that safety, who is now going to be one-on-one with Carson Wentz. We're going to take the snap here. You're going to see Carson Wentz. He's going to read that DN, sees him crashing, gets up to the second level, makes that safety look silly in the hole, and he runs in to get the Eagles on the board, and they take the lead 6-0. So after that touchdown run by Carson Wentz, the Eagles go for two here on the first score of the game, and you're going to see what the Eagles are going to do. They're going to use pre-snap motion to get Carson Wentz some information before the snap. What you're going to see is you're going to see Zach Ertz work from left and then return back. And you're going to see a defender here from San Francisco. He's going to shadow him. So that's going to tell Carson Wentz and the Eagles that this is man-to-man coverage. And the Eagles, all they're going to do is run a little bit of a pick route here with Greg Ward at the top of the screen, and he's going to pick off legally that defender that's in charge of Zach Ertz, and Zach is going to run to the flat. He's going to be wide open for a touchdown. Let's take a look here and let's watch this play out. Here's that return motion. They don't have time to try and decide if they're going to pass this off at the top of the screen. Zach Ertz wide open after the pick play. Eagles go up early in this game, 8-0. So San Francisco scores a touchdown, and now they've got the ball back, and they are driving this ball deep into Eagles territory. They reach the red zone here at the 14-yard line, and a critical interception by Rodney Mccloud. First turnover of the year for this Eagles defense. Let's take a look at how it happens. The Eagles are in man-to-man coverage, so you're going to see right here you've got Kravon Leblanc matched up on the receiver, Kendrick Bourne. You've got man-to-man up at the top of the screen as well. The Eagles are in man-to-man. Back here playing a free safety in the post is the free safety, Rodney Mccloud. So he's going to come down and he's going to end up making this interception on a throw that is intended for Trent Taylor, the slot receiver. Off play action, you're going to see Nick Mullins. He's going to get to his landmark, and since it's a play action fake, you're going to get run blocking from the offensive line. The first thing I want you to see is Jannard Avery. He's going to defeat this block from the right tackle, the Philly kid, Mike McGlinchey. And let's just watch this. We can let this play out as you're going to see Avery defeat the run block, get into the backfield, and you see that burst from Avery. That's what has always made him attractive to the Eagles front office and the coaching staff. He's able to close. He affects the throw. Nice job in man-to-man coverage underneath by the Eagles' second-level defenders. Rodney Mccloud able to get a crucial red zone interception, help keep the Eagles the lead. All right, so midway through the third quarter now, and the San Francisco 49ers are up in this game. It's 14-8, and what you're going to see is 4th and 1. The Eagles come out in a very tight, condensed look, and when it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you kind of get the idea that they're going to go for a quarterback sneak. And San Francisco had lined up to stop these QB sneaks throughout the course of the night, tightening up the front, bringing in those extra bodies, trying to keep Carson Wentz from plunging through the pile to cross the line and make sure that they move the sticks. So what the Eagles do, I thought, was really creative. They're going to take Carson Wentz, they're going to put him under center, and then they're going to back him off. They're going to tell him, you know what, act as if you're audibling, bring the running back into the backfield. That's going to get a couple of these extra red jerseys to back off the line of scrimmage, and then we're going to hurry up and get up to the line of scrimmage and do the quarterback sneak. So we'll just let this play out here. You're going to see that he kind of pops up. He's killing the play here. He's yelling, kill, kill, kill. He's getting all those linebackers up off the ball, and then last minute he goes back up under center. San Francisco's not quite set, and he's able to plunge forward, move the sticks. Important play, because that sets up a field goal, gets the Eagles within a couple of points here. All right, so now it's a 3-point game. We get into the early part of the fourth quarter, critical, 3rd and long, and the Eagles get one of the biggest plays of the game, and that's the strip sack by Kravon Leblanc on a corner blitz. And we're going to take a look exactly on how this happened, at least from what we see from the TV copy. Here's Kravon Leblanc. He's lined up in the slot. You see Nate Gary here at linebacker, Derek Barnett at defensive end. I just want you to watch these 3 guys here to start, because what you're going to get is you're going to get LeBlanc blitzing, and you're going to get Nate Gary blitzing, and you're going to get Derek Barnett dropping out. So it's only a 5-man pressure, but you start to create some matchups that you like as a defense. First of all, you're going to get the running back. He's going to pick up linebacker Nate Gary on a blitz. So that removes the running back from protection. The big thing is they named Kravon Leblanc one of the more dangerous defenders here. They had an idea that he might blitz, because how do you figure this out? They've got a guard assigned to block Kravon Leblanc. So Kravon's got to be able to beat a guard one-on-one on this blitz. And you're going to see Brandon Graham's trying to win upfield. And the reason why, he has to make sure he widens this rush just to give Kravon a little bit more space here on the inside. And we're going to let this run. And you're going to see Brandon Graham's going to win upfield. That's going to widen that space for that guard. It's going to really put him on a little bit of an island. He's one-on-one with a really athletic defensive back. Kravon's able to get his helmet on the football, knocks it out, and the Eagles recover. Huge, huge play that really gets the Eagles and turns the tide back in this game in their favor. So after the strip sack by Kravon Leblanc, we get the big touchdown from Carson Wentz to Travis Folgom. Now, the big thing in this sequence is that the Eagles had a couple of negative plays offensively that knocked them out of not just touchdown range, but field goal range. And just the mental toughness, the ability to fight through adversity, not just by Carson Wentz, but by this entire offense, really exemplary on this drive. Now, what you're going to get is a vertical route concept on 2nd and 18. You've got a go route here from Travis Folgom. You're going to get a deep over route from Greg Ward, and you're going to get another vertical route by John Hightower. They're just going to run Zach Ertz on a little bit of a sit route here just to try and hold any underneath coverage, maybe open something up here for the over route. But Carson Wentz, he likes Travis Folgom on this matchup right off the jump. And one thing before we get into the throw, I want you to notice as we let this run, just watch the protection here. And I want you to see that the job that Jordan Mailata did, Nate Herbig did, it's his 3rd start, his 2nd at left guard. Matt Pryor came in. You see the wall that they've been able to build for Carson Wentz on this play. He's got a nice clean pocket. We can let this run. He's going to deliver this football, perfect ball, over the shoulder to Travis Folgom, who did a great job of giving himself plenty of space to work along the sideline, and then just the play strength to take on this contact from Deontay Johnson, and then the balance to stay in bounds as he plunges towards the pylon. Just an outstanding play in prime time for a guy who's only been in the building for about a month and change. Just an awesome job. It all started with great protection and aggressive play call. Eagles get in the end zone for 6. So the Eagles take the lead on the Travis Folgom 42-yard touchdown catch, and on the ensuing drive, San Francisco's got the ball. They're in their own end at 25-yard line. 1st and 10, very first play. What do we get? We get the pick 6 by Alex Singleton. And let's just see what we can see here from the TV copy. The way it looks to me right now is that the Eagles are in man-to-man coverage. So you've got Jalen Mills locked up. You've got Darius Slay locked up. It looks like Duke Riley is one-on-one with the tight end here. And it looks like Singleton is manned up with the fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Now, it looks like Juszczyk, once he stays in to block and pass protection, because again, guys like Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham, those guys have been winning off the edge throughout the course of the game, and especially in the second half. He's going to stay in to help in protection. So once Singleton sees that, he's got 2 choices. He can either blitz or he can drop back into coverage. He's going to read the quarterback's eyes and flow to the football. Singleton decides, you know what? I'm just going to drop back in coverage and just read the quarterback's eyes. And that's exactly what he does here, because you're going to get the route here past the sticks by Kendrick Bourne. Nick Mullins is going to drop back, and we can let this run. You're going to see Singleton watch this the whole way. He's got eyes on the fullback, gets depth, watches the football. He'll never get a pass thrown to him more perfectly than that one. It hits him right in the hands, and he does the rest. Goes into the end zone. Huge play for this Eagles defense that puts them up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. So after the pick six by Singleton, the 49ers replaced Nick Mullins with C.J. Beathard, and he proceeds to lead them right down the field. They reach the end zone. They score a touchdown. Now, that makes the score 25-20. A 2-point conversion makes this a 3-point game. And so, San Francisco, they're going to chase the points. Remember, Doug Peterson went for 2 early. We broke that down earlier in the show. Well, here you're going to see the 2-point conversion play. Now, the Eagles really didn't have much of an answer for George Kittle throughout most of this game. I believe he was targeted 15 times for 15 catches. However, that stat won't include the 2-point play because he was targeted down for this 2-point play, and the Eagles come down with a stop. So what you're going to see here is the 49ers are going to bring a player in motion from left to right, and that's going to cause the safeties, and they have an idea that this is how the Eagles are going to play this. They're going to take Kravon Leblanc, they're going to have him replaced, and they're going to bring the safety Marcus Epps down to account for this player coming in motion. What that is aimed to do is to give George Kittle a lot of space to be able to work in the middle of the field because you're removing this safety from the hole. That's going to bring him into the flat, and that's going to create some room. You have a one-on-one matchup here. Rodney Mccloud against George Kittle, one-on-one down on the goal line. Rodney Mccloud on an island, no safety help. He's got to defend against this in-breaking route from George Kittle. Let's let this run. You're going to see the job that Rodney does of undercutting this route. The only time a pass attempted for George Kittle was incomplete all day. Huge stop because that keeps it a 5-point game. San Francisco feels the need to kick the onside kick. The Eagles recover. They win the field position battle. They punt. They get them inside their own 20-yard line. San Francisco's got to drive. Instead of having to just kick a field goal to be able to tie it, they've got to score a touchdown to win it. And unfortunately for them, they're unable to do so. The Eagles come out with their first victory of the season. That 2-point play was huge, but a bunch of these plays really fun to break down. I'm excited to break it all down based off the All-22 on the Eagle Eye in the Sky podcast. Make sure you check out my day after column on PhiladelphiaEagles.com and the Philadelphia Eagles mobile app. We'll be talking all about this game on the podcast as well with myself and Greg Cosell. So make sure you tune in for all of our coverage here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. Thanks so much for joining us on the All-22 review, driven by AAA.